what they've done now with a top 5 quarterback MVP candidate. Did you see their quarterback tonight?
Yeah.
I know early on he was good, but the Jets got a long way to go.
He had some runs. He made a throw that maybe should have been caught. He wasn't that good.
That's what I'm saying. Seeing Drake May and what he's doing, they must be looking at their guy like, oh boy, we got to find another one now.
Yeah, and I'll tell you another thing. Did you see the report before the game? Or I don't know if it was a report or whatever, but they were talking about Mike Vrabel and his pursuit of the Jets.
That's right.
And the Jets' pursuit of Mike Vrabel. If you want to talk about the juxtaposition of the Patriots and the Jets, did it happen again where the Jets kind of had this guy in mind? They kind of had him lined up, or they were desiring him to be their head coach, and then he ends up with the Patriots just like Belichick did. I mean, Belichick was the coach of the Jets for 2 days or 2 hours or whatever it was, ends up in New England and ends up there for 20 years, and there's a dynasty. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but based on that reporting or that type of talk, once again, they really coveted Mike Vrabel. They were willing to do whatever it took to get him, according to this person. And he ends up in New England. He ends up with Drake May, and it could be, if May's all what we think he is, it could be the start of something big. I don't know if it's not going to be Belichick necessarily, but something big where the Jets miss out again.
Yeah, they missed out again. And, tonight, again, it's hard to have style points when you've played 11 straight weeks. I think they got out clean. The Milton Williams thing is something I'll watch. But yeah, the Jets' point of view, it's probably not great that the Patriots have found another great quarterback and another great coach.
He just looks so good, dude. He looks so good, man. Like, he is... everything is pitch and catch. Everything is pitch. That's what it even throws down the field, Joe. 20, 30, 45 yards. I know it wasn't his best night throwing the deep ball tonight. It just all looks pitch and catch like nothing. Just ho-hum. A walk in the park, flick of the wrist, and it's down. Even the incompletions. I know there was a penalty on the play, but the one to Diggs earlier in the game, it was on a third day. He was right there. It was a tough catch over the middle, and Diggs dropped it, and it was a penalty, wouldn't have counted anyway. But the throw is right there. And he just makes it look so effortless, so easy. The way he goes through his reads, I think he's made significant strides, Drake May has, in that regard. It is just a joy to watch him go to work. And it does remind me, I know we can't compare to Tom Brady. I can't do that. But it does, when John Madden said in 2002 that Tom Brady's not struggling, Drake May just doesn't look like he struggles very much. Every now and then, obviously, he gets under pressure and something bad could happen. He gets sacked, whatever. He just doesn't look like he struggles very much. He looks at ease in a lot of situations during a lot of plays. He looks like he is in a position to be in control of that play and to know where to go with it. And he is cool and gets it done. And it is just really hard if you're playing against that because they just keep coming.
So I mentioned this to you last week. There's certain things you can't teach. His poise in the pocket and the maneuvers that he had tonight, they might be the best I've seen. I don't know. I don't want to say I'm like watching him. I've never seen anybody else do it, but the way that he can get out of those, sack situations and the way he moves the ball in his hips, Brady didn't do that. I know Brady's the greatest, and we compare everybody to that, but this guy is really just a slithery. I love the word slithery.
Yeah, slithery.
He makes plays, keeps plays alive tonight, and some of them led to some big plays and converted third down. So yeah, it was outstanding.
One in particular, 3rd and 7 in the second quarter. He hit, I think it was Matt Collins. I forget who it was. I didn't write it down, but it was another time where he was, going slithery in the pocket, as you said. I think he had a little pressure from both the blind side and the weak side. And he was able to kind of maneuver through both of it, step up. He's got some good ball handling skills and deliver it down the field. And they were able to convert. And it was just the beginning of a few times where he was able to do things like that. So it's, we were talking about before the show, Joe. You can't make, and I'm not here to do it, you can't make the Tom Brady comparisons at all before a playoff game is played. I mean, that's where Brady exploded onto the scene, really. So until that happens and until he does it in a real situation in the playoffs, we can't do anything close to that. But from a physical perspective, the way he moves, the way he throws, the way he is able to get that ball down the field and make it look effortless and put it on the money, the way he runs, even the way he operates, from a decision-making perspective, he's getting to that level. It's pretty good, dude. It's good. I mean, it's real good.
And he wasn't even perfect today.
No.
Like, he had that one deep ball to Kyle Williams. It was the first time I've seen it in coverage. Matt Collins had it. It was there. The defender made a great play. But overall, dude, great day. Great
day for Drake May. Great day for the Patriots. And what, like I said, you'd expect in a Thursday night, sort of a slugfest against a division opponent. All right. More to come here on the Shaw's and Star Market Patriots postgame show, including some of the press conferences. We'll hear from the guys. But first, let's get a headlines from Joe Murray.
special. I mean, I don't play fantasy football, but who's got that kid on it, man? 3 touchdowns tonight. It's great patience by May. Continuing to play at his MVP level. Get ready for the chance again.
Star Market Patriots Postgame Show. Mark Dondero, Joe Murray, 617-779-0985. If you're leaving the game, another Patriots win, 27-14. In control most of the night. 8 in a row, 9-2. Best record in the NFL. That was the Drive of the Game. Drive of the Game is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. We'll help you manage life's storm. 6 plays, 69 yards in 3 minutes and 30 seconds, capped by the Drake May to Travion Henderson. 6-yard touchdown, as that kind of really put the game away for the Patriots, as they were in control most of the night, Joe, but it was, them doing enough early and sort of just kind of holding on and doing what they had to do late. Like, it wasn't pretty at every turn, but on a Thursday night against a division opponent, that's what you're kind of looking for. And they did enough to win, and they did. And let's go to some of the calls here before we hear from Mike Vrabel and Drake May. Jake is in the car coming back from Gillette. Hey, Jake.
Yeah, hey, gentlemen. How you doing? Joe bought a Drew Bledsoe refractor from you back in Woburn a few months ago.
Nice.
Back at the card show, so appreciate that. Nice. Hey, first time calling into any talk show. So,
welcome.
Second year. Yeah, thanks, guys. Hey, so second year season ticket holder, this place was rocking like it hasn't been before. So fantastic, awesome night at the stadium. Cold night, but they pulled it off.
Yeah, I was going to say that, Mark. I think there was a different vibe there tonight.
Okay.
The traffic in the city was back. Hey. Yeah. It was rough getting in here tonight, but it was somewhat of a warm night. Maybe it got colder throughout the night, but overall, there was a vibe at that place. It was different, and I think that maybe that was the biggest takeaway. Yeah, they won. Mm-hmm. They're 9-2. They won 8 in a row. They beat the Jets. Wasn't the prettiest, but the vibe's back. The Patriots are back on the national spotlight.
Okay, so the vibe's back. That's nice, but let me ask you this: Is it tough to win at Gillette Stadium for an opponent now again?
Well,
because it hasn't been at all.
This is where again. They won 27-14. I hate if people are listening and think we're not celebrating it. I am. But the defense, once again on the opening drive, has given up a touchdown. Mm-hmm. And in the 11 games this year, they've given up points in 8 of the 11 games on the opening drive. And they've had 6 touchdowns now on those opening drives. And it doesn't matter, right? Does it even matter? Isn't it just we got them right where they want them. They scored first. We got them right where they want them.
I think it matters.
I agree with you, but at this point, though, I want to be critical about it.
Yeah.
But it almost gets them oh man, we got to fight back now. And it's working, but it's not pretty, and it's not going to work against better teams.
No. Every time you give up a touchdown drive, you're going to always be in the hole. Eventually, something bad will come of that. And in the NFL, as we all know, one bad game in the playoffs and your season's over. So I'm not interested in doing that. I don't think Mike Vrabel is, but we'll hear what he has to say about tonight's game. Here's Mike Vrabel at the press conference, brought to you by Oakers Technology.
Okay, guys, sorry about that. Who's leading off? Buddy.
Mike, just a thought on the second game in 5 days, what you guys were able to do, the focus this week, and guys stepping up, making plays, Pettis, Ponder, just as the game went along.
Yeah, testament to our players, our staff. I thanked them so many times, just being able to roll in there on Monday, have stuff prepared. It's hard to, go on the road to Tampa, and get your mind, ready for that, but also in the back of your mind, you've got a whole other box about – what are you going to do against the Jets, and being able to get on a plane, come home, get in late, but have that ready to go and have energy and a game plan ready for the players on Monday at 1 o'clock. So thank the trainers, thank the staff, the strength staff, everybody involved for getting our players ready to go for the game here in a short week.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Karen. 1A.
Sorry. Your fans were chanting MVP for Drake from the minute he came out. in almost every series. What did you make of his performance tonight and his performance in general en route to
Well, I would say his
your
performance
record?
in general has been, what we expect. And, we have high expectations for Drake. He has high expectations for himself. He'll continue to improve. I know that he'll stay humble through this all. And, again, and as far as the performance tonight, I thought it was, again, in first view, pretty good. It was good enough to win. I mean, took care of the football. We just have to, continue to focus on the little things, operation, unforced errors throughout the offense. The only thing that really stops us is us, offensively. So continue to do that. Let them enjoy a win on a short week. And like I told them, I'm excited. We're 9-2. I'm excited that I don't have to see him till Monday.
Mike Roberts-Blaine was telling us about guys coming back from Tampa and going straight to the facility, sauna, hot tub as part of the recovery process. What's involved in that plan, and how do you piece that together with your
just
staff?
Looking back and just trying to get everybody together and say, hey, what can we do that maybe we've wanted to do or thought about doing on a short week, and just exhaust every avenue, giving guys IVs before we left Tampa, having the massage therapists, everybody all hands on deck here, but also having a schedule. Our assistant trainer went around, Mike Ball went around and scheduled everybody so that there could be like a flow chart. And guys didn't walk in at 11:30 and say, well, I can't get a massage because Morgan Moses is already on the table. So it was, let's make sure that this is planned out and there's some thought to it, and give our players the best opportunity to recover. So that's what we did.
Hi, Mike. What did you see from the defense on New York's opening drive, and why do you think it's just been so difficult to get that stop on the opening possession this season?
The quarterback tonight, we couldn't faster than most of the guys we got and didn't do a good enough job. So we recovered a little bit, and, we'll have to try to continue to be better there. But, there's plenty of opportunities and places where we play good defense, and I have to remember that. That they can get a first down and we can still stop them. It doesn't have to be 3 and out every time.
Alan Siegel on your left.
Mike, last 2 games, Jack Gibbons has had a lot of production. How does he personify what you're building with this defense in terms of his importance to it now?
Dr. Gibby always knows usually what to do for the most part. He's usually in the right place at the right time. Sniffs out them screens. Just kind of, seems to be in the right place at the right time, does his job. Usually does it fairly well. And he's a great teammate, cares deeply about his teammates, and he's fun to coach, and he's a great person to be around each and every day.
Mike, Milton Williams went out, looked like he came back, gave it a go. Was it a situation where, in a different situation, that maybe he could have gone?
Maybe I made just a decision that felt like, we should probably just start treating that thing and get ahead of it and see where he's at here tomorrow and the next couple of days, and, try to weigh. Again, he wanted to try to go and, say he's out here standing with me when guys are coming in. And he's excited for him, so I appreciate his leadership. But I just made a decision that I felt like was best for the team, and that for his instance.
Coach, Mark Strassman, CBS News.
Hi.
Good to see you. Working on a piece about Patriots fans. Mm-hmm. If you look back in your 8 years as a player, your experiences as a visiting coach and now as a head coach, what strikes you about this fan base?
Well, I think they're passionate. I think that they have high expectations. I think that they're loyal, and I think they're knowledgeable. I think they understand what it is that they should be seeing. I think like I said, we've got to give them reasons to cheer and be excited. I think we've done that. I think that they've in return have given us a great atmosphere to play in front of.
Thank you.
Mike, what are your thoughts on Travion Henderson and what he's brought the team?
I would say the best, couple runs he had were there late in the game when it's tough sledding and we're in 5 minutes and there we're going to run and they're blitzing and everything else, and looked like we were going to be short, and he's able to knife through there and keep his pads down and pick up a huge first down. So he's executed. Whether that's a check down or the touchdown in the back of the end zone, and no home runs tonight, but I thought he grinded out pretty much what was there. So he's helped us a lot of ways tonight, and saw the power push touchdown, which was really cool. And so I'm happy every time that guys can help us and they can get into the end zone, and Christian Barmore can finally get the sack that he's been looking for, and he's had a lot of pressures and he's been back there, and they work really hard, and I want them to all have success.
Last question, the Jets came in with one of the best return units in the league. What were you able to see on the initial viewing that allowed you to slow them down and contain them?
Well, I thought we got off blocks. They didn't give them a lot of space. Schooler got triple teamed one time and went down there and made a play. We punted well. The Gunners did a nice job. But you're right. They have a really good return unit. I thought our kickoff coverage took a lot of pride, and I think we've done a really good job of covering kicks. And so that was a good challenge, and they stood up to it. It's a good unit, and I was excited to watch them, bring some energy to the sidelines. I told you, if everybody's going to get up off the bench, we better give them something to cheer about. So thank you, guys. Have a good weekend.
All right, that was Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel's press conference is powered by Oakers Technologies. Our coach knows a winning playbook is the key to success. And when it comes to your company's technology, the Oakers playbook has been unstoppable for over 100 years. So get future ready with Oakers, proud partner of your New England Patriots. When we get back, we're going to go to you. 617-779-0985. Mark Dondero, Joe Murray here on the Shaw's and Star Market Patriots postgame show on the Safety Insurance 98.5 The Sports Hub Patriots Radio Network.
It's a bummer. You were rolling there. You get the sack, and then you get the pressure.
Who missed from this exact spot. Or maybe a yard deeper, in fact.
Oh, and he took a shot.
Kicking toward the lighthouse at the end of the first half. He missed a 45-yard try, wide right. Again, kicking toward the north end zone. Now he lines up for a field goal try from 44. Same hash mark, snap, and the spot. The kick is airborne to the uprights. The kick is down the middle. It's good for Borregales. So the Patriots expand their lead to 10. It's 24-14 New England. 12:06 to go here in the fourth.
All right, back here on the Shaw's and Store Market Patriots Postgame Show. Mark Dondero, Joe Murray. Once again this season as part of their Apex Cares program. Apex Entertainment will be donating $100 to support autism education and research at the New England Center for Children for every converted field goal. For more information, go to apexentertainment.com. Andy Borregales tonight, 2 of 3, kicking the ball on field goals. And the Patriots get the win, obviously, over the Jets, 27-14. And now to you. Let's go to Dustin in West Palm Beach. Hey, Dustin.
Hey, guys. I just wanted to hear you guys' perspective on, are we going to make it to finish this whole season off with straight wins, or maybe lose a win, or what do we need to fix?
Go ahead, Joe.
I would just say get healthy now and see what the Bengals are.
Yeah.
Like, get healthy. Worry about, like Vrabel said, get healthy. Everyone get healthy. Get ready to go. You're going to take on a Bengals team that's desperate. And I don't know if it's Joe Flacco. I don't know if it's Joe Burrow. But, we talked about this off the air, but they've had some success. Well, besides Christmas Eve a couple of years ago, which actually they were in that game, if you remember. Mm-hmm. I don't see why they couldn't beat the Bengals. So I'm just looking at the next game.
I mean, listen, they are going to be in a situation. They are in a situation where other teams are going to circle the Patriots are going to have a target on their back. They're at that level right now. 9-2, best record in the NFL, white hot. They are going to be targeted by other teams. It's going to be the Super Bowl for some of these other teams, especially if they're desperate, especially if they think they could still get into the playoffs. Do I think they're going to run the table and win out? No, I don't think that's going to happen. Could it happen? Sure, anything's possible. They might be favored in every game they play going forward, and that includes Baltimore. We'll see where they are in a few weeks. But I don't know if they're going to, I wouldn't bet on them winning out, and that's okay.
I think the Patriots are capable of winning every game on the schedule, but at some point, they're, the way that they're playing, it should hurt them. It's like it's somewhat of it's bad football too.
Yeah, it's like what it used to be. It's getting to the point with what it used to be, where I remember one time before the season with Brady, I picked them to go 16-0, and everybody got on me. Are you idiot? And the people I worked with got on me. And then we had a Patriots pregame show at the time. Every week, they picked the Patriots to win. But I picked them to go 16-0. But every week individually, the analysts picked the Patriots to win. You could do that now. You could probably pick them every week now. It's just a matter of, do they get tripped up? How do they get tripped? When do they get tripped up? Does something happen? Is there an injury? There's a lot of factors, a lot of football left. So I'd expect them to lose.
Can they run the table? Yes, but I would take it one game at a time, seriously. Bengals, see what happens. Monday Night Football against the Giants who just fired their coach?
Yeah.
Seems winnable, right? But then you get two big boys. But win these next two.
All right, Jake. Let's go to John in Quincy. Hey, John.
Oh,
we just lost him. Shill is in Brighton. Shill, how are you?
Hey, boys, how you doing? First things I wanted to say was, Joe, Lampert's Deli.
Yes. Go ahead.
We can talk about that. We can talk about that off the air. I have thoughts on that, but shout out. Steve on the Cape. Hey, Steve. Steve.
Everyone's fired up tonight after
We're struggling.
the game.
We're struggling. All right, Joey in Dorchester. What's up, Joey?
What's up, guys? Absolute pleasure leaving the game right now. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Absolute pleasure. Drake May is the best. The left side of the line is phenomenal. You can't beat it. I think we're going 15-2. I hope the best for this team, and it really is. It's something special.
So I'll say this about the line. Was it a perfect night? We can ask Greg Bedard, who will join us a little later. Was it a perfect night for Will Campbell? It was not. I was impressed with Will Campbell in this game. And, it was the Amazon Prime game, so I had trouble when I was, trying to watch it back or whatever. But there was a couple things. What's the name of the pass rusher that Will Campbell went up against? He had 4 sacks, I think, last week against the Browns. He had a spin move that he tried on Campbell. Campbell shut it down. There was another play it might have been a different guy rushing Campbell. So hold on. Let me rewind. After the spin move, it was a bull rush they tried on Campbell. Campbell shut it down. Nice completion on that play. Later in the drive, on a pass, I think it was to Hollins down the field, Campbell pancakes whoever was coming at him on that play. Yep. I thought there was a really good stretch of plays for Will Campbell in this game, and I think that Will Campbell, I'm not going to get over dramatic, but I think he has asserted himself as another guy that has really found his footing here in the NFL.
I think he's done a decent job of the position that he's asked to play. Long term, I don't know. I don't know if he's the tackle, but why not? But they gave up 1 sack. That's all that matters, right? 1 sack last week, 1 sack this week. You have to protect Drake May. Right now, you got to bubble wrap this guy. You got to protect him. He's the reason why this is going on. But I do agree. They were much better in their running game tonight. So the line, I would give them a high passing grade.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like he was under total duress all night long. It wasn't.
Jermaine Johnson was flying around on the edge over at times. It was Quincy Williams was making moves as well. The only time they got him tonight was a cornerback blitz, but it was a penalty. Right? They got bailed out by the Jets again. Like the Patriots got bailed out by the Jets at times tonight because the Jets are the Jets. But Drake May threw for 280 yards tonight, and it feels like it was just a subpar. I don't want to say subpar, but it wasn't his best performance.
Will McDonald was the guy that was given. He was lined up against Campbell for a chunk of the game, and Campbell did a decent job. He got him once on a hold. McDonald forced the hold, but it was really Campbell. Spin move, bull rush, speed rush. On 3 separate occasions, I saw him handle all 3 of those. And May, helps because he's good in the pocket. He'll step up, but it wasn't. It was good. It was good. Let's get one more. Ethan is in Haverhill. Ethan.
Sorry. I got to give credit to this coaching staff. I feel like we're in a moment where we're lucky to have this much of a matured staff together with Doug Marrone, ex-head coach, Josh McDaniel, ex-head coach, Mike Vrabel, obviously we know. I'm just a little worried that they didn't push more during the trade deadline because of how hot this team is able to play right now. And I'm curious as to how the pieces are going to moving forward. But I think this team is playing well. I think they're hot. I think they need to do everything they need to do to keep pushing forward. For a playoff team, I think the sky is the limit, honestly. But I am still in the back of my mind wondering why not take another step during the deadline to be able to keep this sustainability, keep it going. The only test they have now is to show if they can do this against a playoff team legitimately. That's all they have to do. Can you beat the Bills again? Can you beat the Chiefs in the playoffs? Can you beat the Steelers or get your lick back against the Steelers? That's how I feel about the team.
That's the next step.
Yeah, just stay healthy. Listen, I am going to take this program right now, and everyone's looking ahead. You just beat the Jets on prime time. There's going to be no game on Sunday. You get to watch the rest of the league. Next week, you get the Bengals. I just think that's where we should all be looking. I'm serious about this, Mark. One hit to Drake May, and this thing's different. One injury to Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
Right? Or something.
I will say, if there is, and obviously you don't want any injuries. If there's one position grouping where I think they could withstand an injury, I feel like it's at receiver. If Booty comes back, You don't want that, obviously, but I feel like it's a deep group. A lot of guys that have made plays, can make plays. Henry, Hollins, Douglas, Booty, Diggs, Hooper's have been out there now. Henderson's catching. I don't know. I feel like it's a deep group.
They were light tonight, too. They didn't have an extra tight end because Hooper missed time,
out.
right?
Yep.
You mentioned Booty. You mentioned Ramondre Stevenson. They weren't at their best today, and Drake May still threw for 280, and they got 3 touchdowns from their rookie running back.
We're going to hear from Drake May in a bit. 617-779-0985. We're going to get a headlines quick from Joe Murray, but first, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Safety Insurance 98.5 The Sports Hub Patriots Radio Network.
To the left after a 19-yard gain. He's joined by Hunter Henry off the left side of the line with man of 1st and 10, rejoined at the left hip by Travion Henderson. Diggs to the right as May pumps that way, comes back left, throws it toward the 10, caught by Hollins. Moves to the near sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds. Shoved out of bounds along the sideline by Brandon Stevens with a penalty marker on the play. Alan Eku's our referee.
It was thrown in the area where Henderson was in the middle. It's either a holding or offensive interference.
There's a flag as well across the field. Mike Vrabel talking to one of the officials on the far side. Vrabel now with that mustache. The growth showing for Movember.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Illegal contact number 29, defense. Illegal contact number 22, defense. Both penalties are crime.
You're bad.
It's a first down.
And with the illegal contact, Hollins got that open. How did Buffalo let that man leave?
All right, back here on the Shaw's and Star Market Patriots postgame show. Mark Dondero, Joe Murray. New England converted 23 first downs tonight. And with every first down, Credit Union Kids at Heart funds promising studies into new treatments for pediatric brain diseases. Learn more at cukidsatheart.org. And that was the Drake May to Mac Hollins 20-yard conversion for the first down. And speaking of Drake May, let's go to Drake May's press conference, brought to you by your Chevrolet dealers.
Drake.
Hey, every week, brother. You're first.
How you doing? Just getting out of here with a win, the MVP chance for you tonight from the start, the crowd, just everything that went into this game and how you guys were able to pull it out, too, with a lot of different contributions in a short week.
Yeah, I think just a quick turnaround. The goal of these Thursday night was come out with a win, and that's what happened. Things we look back on, didn't have as much time to prepare for. Some things that I could, look back at myself and, wish I had plays back. But, at the end of the day, just proud of these guys for the effort, the win. And that's the best thing about, Thursday night. You get a weekend to catch up on some rest and some heal up. But I thought his fans were awesome. I think it was pretty sweet for the primetime game here for my first one at home. Pretty sweet. And then, just glad we won.
Drake, just curious, Travion Henderson, obviously, into the end zone 3 times tonight. Just what you saw from him, and you just kept handing it to him. What was letting him have that success on the field?
Don't broke if it ain't, or don't fix it if it ain't broke. I think just him stepping up. I think it was a big time for him stepping up, and it's been great for him to get all these reps, to keep getting these reps. He wants to be great. He's just showing up every day and asking questions, and get out of here, rookie. Sorry about that. But I think just continuing to him to keep on going for the oncoming weeks, and knowing that him and Mondre and our backs, we can create a good little 1-2 thing going, and looking forward to having Mondre back. But Travion stepped up huge.
Drake, right over here. To your right. Is the trust that you have in Stephon Diggs something that's built up over time, or do you feel like you had that right away?
No, that trust was built up. Probably when I was in middle school when he was playing in the league. It was long ago. Guys like him and Hunter and Mac. You trust those guys for what they've done in this league, and I just try to give them chances. And Steph, and you break a couple tackles, get in the end zone, but those guys were great for us tonight.
Drake, asking Hunter about you, and he said, short memory, that, if a play doesn't go the way he wants for a series, he forgets it quickly. How important is that to you, and is that something you had for a long time? Yeah,
that's huge. I think that's what we're trying to build, having short memories in this league as a quarterback. That's what it is. You're going to get sacked. You're going to have plays that you want back, and just trying to flip the page, and just knowing that there's so many sports out there, and basketball's, at the Celtics game the other day, and, you see somebody miss a shot and they just run back and come back here and shoot another one. It's just kind of the mindset of, shoot or shoot. And that's what, my mentality is. And, me and Hunter play a lot of ping pong. So it's just the next point, and just keep going. And, I think that's just my mindset.
Drake, has anything surprised you about your personal success, this team's success during this run, surprised you that you didn't know about yourself? And also, as you start to near the playoffs here, what are the top things that you're looking on improving?
No, I don't think anything surprised me. When you put the work in, and you got good players and good coaches, you're going to get a result that you want. And obviously, there's been some results this season that some losses, and you build from that and learn from it, and try to learn out every week. And I think we're gonna enjoy the weekend and get ready for next one on Sunday. I think it's Cincy. Is it Cincy? Yeah. So just trying to say 1 week at a time.
Andrew Callahan.
Drake, I know quarterbacks will talk a lot about accuracy versus kind of ball placement, certain shoulder or lead guys or get them to go back. Is there anything you do in the regards to ball placement to focus or work on that?
Yeah,
specifically?
You always try to, in zone, yards after the catch, try to see where defenders are at. I got the best view of throwing to them, so try to put it on the right shoulder. There's times tonight where I feel like I did that, and there's some times where it needs to be better. But, I hate Steph on a third down coming out, into the fourth quarter. That was big. I thought it was good ball placement. But, there's guys across the league that are so great at it, so just trying to practice it in practice and know that, every throw and, mechanics and just rip it.
Questions on the far right here.
Drake, how's it feel to get those MVP chants and just have people recognize the way you're playing right now?
Yeah, it was maybe for Travion tonight. He scored 3 touchdowns. So, I think it's our friends have been great with me since I got here, since I got drafted, and I think just appreciate them for embracing me, just trying to embrace this city and give these fans and this team and just myself, just leave it all out there and give them everything I got.
It seemed like the Jets had kind of a similar approach to what Tampa did, where it's fewer blitzes than they're used to. I know they played a little bit more man. Did you see it the same way, and did it kind of help to have that short week to just get right back out there and keep going?
Yeah, on a short week, they're probably going to do some stuff that, either we haven't seen or you think it's what you have seen, but oftentimes you see something that you don't show up. They play some dime on third down and got some few different looks where we got an empty a lot, so they showed some different looks at empty. But I thought they do a good job defensively of disguising. Coach Willis, I think he's from Charlotte, so shout out to him. And I think they blitz a lot, and they're we didn't see as much tonight, but you can see kind of they got a lot of different stuff. They got good players. I thought the backers were great, and the guys up front on the edge are good players. So they're a good football team, and I think we got a tough challenge when we see them again. Thank you, guys.
Drake? All right, Drake May's press conference is brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, where Dependability comes standard. Made tonight, 25 of 34, 281 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks, and he ran for 2 yards. But the Patriots got the win, 27-14. When we get back here on the Shaw's and Star Market Patriots postgame show, back to you, 617-779-0985. This is the Shaw's and Star Market Patriots postgame show on the Safety Insurance 98.5, the Sports Hub Patriots Radio Network.
Henderson scored from this spot on New England's last drive. Double tight ends left. West over the fullback. Henry motions right. May hands it to Henderson. Cuts it left. Runs it to the left side. Into the end zone. That's 2 for Travion Henderson. And the Patriots take the lead.
2 more touchdowns for the Rook here tonight. It's early. He might get 2 more. Good job just leaning on him, continuing to feed him the rock. They stopped him several times. But just a second and third effort, the ability to push. I mean, it looks good. It just looks good offensively right now for this team. They're doing what they want to do. Good job mixing it up. McDaniels, you're in control of the game again.
All right, back here on the Shaw's and Star Market Patriots postgame show. Mark Dondero, Joe Murray, Travion Henderson there with the 7-yard touchdown. Unclogging the Gaps, brought to you by Eastern Mass's leader in drain cleaning and pipelining, Drains by James. Slow drain, clog drain. You need to contact Drains by James today at drainsbyjames.com. They give a poop about your pipes. Henderson, big star tonight. 3 touchdowns total, 2 rushing, 1 receiving. And now to you. 617-779-0985. Let's go back to the calls. Brady is in the car. Hey, Brady.
How you doing? Jets ran a lot of man coverage tonight, and I like that the Pats were taking more downfield shots than they usually do. It was just unfortunate, Kyle Williams and Mac Hollins, they were open, not the best throws. Mac dropped his. Kyle Williams had double coverage, but I did like that Travion Henderson had better options in the red zone, and, he got that second effort and pushed it in for 2 tonight. Overall, I think it was a little sloppy game, but we did have a short recovery from Sunday. Pats look good, but, I think we can do better. And, it's the Jets. I thought we put up more yards, more rushing especially. But, overall, I like the game tonight.
I didn't like the way they ended the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Could they have been more aggressive and then used their 3 timeouts? Yeah. That's me being critical. But the Kyle Williams thing, is that Drake May? I don't know yet.
I'm going to assume it's not because Drake May with everyone else seems pretty on point except with Kyle Williams. Yeah. And I think that if you want to talk about a negative outcome, and I understand it was 1 catch and it was a big play, but there was really no momentum to be built off of what happened last. So if you're waiting for Kyle Williams to emerge, you're still waiting. That did not happen tonight.
He's getting the reps because Kayshon Bouttie's not playing.
Right.
So when Kayshon Boutte comes back, I feel like that back shoulder. It was so funny. I remember we were watching it together, and Drake May throws it where no one else can get it. But I just feel like either Kyle Williams just kind of thinks he's running off a receiver and like not looking for a comeback or a back shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like that because he's a rookie, he's still not on the same page with Drake May on that end of it.
And the problem is, for me at least, those passes, they're not even close. They're not even close. And that's the problem. Greg Bedard, by the way, of the Boston Sports Journal, will join us around. It was 12:35. Around 12:35, he'll join us. So we're waiting for him. And in the meantime, we're talking to you, Anton. Anton, I'm sorry, he's up next.
Kyle Williams just kind of thinks he's running off a receiver.
That's me.
And like not looking.
Hey, got to turn your radio down, buddy.
Gone. Let's go to Louise in Beverly. Hey, Louise.
Yeah, so I was just curious about your guys' thoughts. Trayvon had the 2 great touchdowns last week. He had, 3 tonight, 2 rushing, 1 passing. What do you guys think of, our future as Stevenson returns from his injury? What's the future of the Celtics? Who do we want?
The Celtics, huh? That guy kind of reminded me of the Fast Times guy.
Well, I don't understand what. So he was on hold a long time to do that?
I think a long time. All right. Hey, Mark. What do you think the Patriots do when Ramondre Stevenson comes back?
I would play Travion Henderson. Now, if you want to have a balanced attack, fine. But the guy is emerging. Not that Stevenson didn't do much this year. He's had some, the game in Miami was excellent. I like what I see from Henderson. I think you need to ride him while he's hot, while he's producing the way he's been. 3 touchdowns, Joey. I'm riding him. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, he's earned the spot, hasn't he? Didn't he take the job?
He's running harder. I understand he's a little, he's not as big, and running between the tackles and being the bell cow or whatever might not be his thing. But again, it's not like the NFL hasn't seen backs of his size have success. How big was LaDainian Tomlinson? And I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying their size.
Oh,
LaDainian Tomlinson wasn't 6'1".
No, you don't care about this. Maybe people driving home will. The letters on the back of his jersey were
big.
They fit the jersey
They were
tonight.
big. I know.
They weren't the little ones.
I noticed that. Yeah.
So maybe that means he's arrived.
Okay. I thought he preferred the little ones, but whatever. That's good to know. Patrick at Gillette Stadium. Hey, Patrick.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say, what do you think about Hunter Henry having not a great game, but what the passing game will look like in the future? All right.
I mean, I thought he did, what you kind of want him to do. He got them going a little bit early on. He had a couple big plays, nice catches, nice run, get them off and running, and that's what you kind of expect when they're so deep at the pass catching position. That's fine.
Hunter Henry had 4 for 45.
Yeah.
One was for 23 yards. He averaged 11 catches a reception. He's a security blanket.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's turning into Stephon Diggs, right? I think it's turning into that, and that's why his numbers are less. But there was no other tight end on the roster tonight. They tried to throw to Westover. Remember, he kind of fumbled, or maybe Drake threw it over his head.
I don't know. That's ill-advised.
But all I'm trying to say is there's one tight end out there, and it's Hunter Henry, and he's doing everything.
And I think Matt Collins can be a little bit tight end-ish with his size. I like Matt Collins. I think he's a player.
Man.
I think he's a factor.
You know what's funny? He was with McDaniels with the Raiders. And the reason why he actually had his best season with them.
Okay.
But maybe there's something to that where he was with Buffalo last year playing with Josh Allen. Now he's in this offense with Drake May. I mean, let's face it, he's their number 2 receiver on the outside. Every game, and he's a hell of a downfield blocker as well.
Yeah.
And now he's a deep threat?
Well, look, he dropped that one tonight, but that wasn't really a drop. That was a good play by the Jets.
Great
defensive play. He was open. Probably not the best throw Drake May's ever made over the,
It was a catchable ball, though, if he doesn't make the play.
But it was a good play by the defender.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get on him. I think that Hollins is a factor for this team. Let's go to Dylan in Rhode Island. Hey, Dylan.
Hey, guys. Harold Landry and Clavon Chason have really stepped it up and had the most pressures the first 7 weeks with the 4 rotating D tackles stepping up since then. Do you think the lack of edge presence is going to cost this team later on going against elite offenses, or do you think that their back half can step it up since then?
I think their back half had, if you could just drop him, I'm locked up here, Kev. The back half, I think, has stepped it up. They have gotten a little bit better. But I would worry, I would like to see, I think Chason has held it down just enough with what you're getting from Milton Williams and Christian Barmore. But Landry, did you see Landry on that first touchdown?
I did.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so what was that?
He looked slow.
Oh, slow. Okay. Slow, like as in forever. I was trying to.
He was just plodding out there.
Yeah,
not Florida fast.
I'm not saying he's regressing, but they're game planning, I think, for his pass rush. Ponder, though, and I know he's this name. He had a sack last week, had 5 tackles, 3 for solo, had 1 for a loss. When you say back half, that's who I'm thinking of. But they had to do a lot of mixing and matching today because Milton Williams was out of the lineup. So they were trying different looks. And really, they were playing man, I think. Because remember, Woodson slipped on the touchdown pass.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of substitutions tonight, and I think they were trying a bunch of different things. But it's hard to have a pass rush. And I think Chason left the game a little bit, too.
He did.
He left a little hobbled. Stephon Diggs left a little hobbled. But he played all night. But this is why I say, worry about the Bengals. And Vrabel talked about it in his postgame. He wants everybody here, but working with the staff to get better and ready to go for the stretch run.
Let's go to Marco in Worcester. Hey, Marco. Marco!
Hey.
Hey.
How goes it, Joe?
Hey.
Jeremy, you better be ready to go, baby, because he's back there. Okay. Nick, let's go to Nick in Boston. Hey, Nick.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's up?
Hey.
So I want to talk about the legitimacy of Drake May as MVP. Honestly, this guy, after seeing the last few quarterbacks we have and honestly being blessed with the Tom Brady era, this guy has showed up week after week
with efficiency, unregarded in the NFL. I mean, he's completing everything with the highest completion percentage in the NFL. He's making deep throw after deep throw. He's showing up in the biggest moments week after week. And today, 25 of 34, 280 yards on Thursday Night Football. He is showing out. And as a second-year guy in the league, he's showing unprecedented growth under the Josh McDaniels system. I mean, I know Josh McDaniels and his quarterback play in the past has been great, but this guy is showing amazing stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't object to that. Look, I think if you're talking about the MVP, it's going to come down to I do think he'll need a little help. I don't think if he continues on this current trajectory, what's so funny?
No, I was about to start the Coach of the Year, MVP, Rookie of the Year, and Travion Henderson.
Well,
the Patriots got three of them.
That's way too.
Can we get that going?
No.
All right, well, can we ask Bedard? No, I'm not going to ask him. I'm not going to ask him.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I think he's good. I think Drake May will either have to have a couple more ridiculous, I'm talking 4 or 5 touchdown type of games, or he's going to need some help from Matt Stafford. I think Stafford has a little bit of the edge in the stats.
For 20 touchdowns in 4 games.
Stafford.
Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No
So
interceptions.
But they've got a couple difficult games coming up. If he could drop off, he's going to need that. But he is there, Jay. He could win this award.
May I also add Stephon Diggs Comeback Player of the Year as well?
That's right.
So we'll just hit.
We
Yes, awards. Mark, I'll tell you, as guys who've covered the team for years, what do the awards mean? Like, I know that guy's hyped up about
zip, but hey,
it would be great. It would be great
if it's fun to be in the mix here.
It'd be great if Drake May won the award, but what is it going to do?
I mean, that's a significant. No, it's not going to do anything. But then you have an MVP level quarterback.
Oh, I get you. But I think they have that without the award.
They do. But it's nice to get that. Sometimes
all right, it's a we.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yes,
yeah.
we.
Okay.
All the awards are going out tonight.
Mahomes won it his second year or whatever, and that's a big deal.
That's true. I'll give you that.
I mean, that puts you in rare air. That's a big deal. All right, more to come. 617-779-0985. Mark Joe on the Shaw's and Star Market Patriots postgame show. Let's get headlines right now from Joe Murray.
Off-balance throw.
Excellent pocket presence by Drake May. The two tackles do enough to have those ends that are converging. But Drake steps up, keeps the eyes upfield, two hands on the ball. And it's, again, off play fake. But Will Campbell does enough to get McDonald by him. It's a good push.
All right, back here on the Shaw's and Star Market Patriots postgame show. Mark Dondero, Joe Murray with 25 completions by the Patriots tonight. Catches Law donates another $2,500, which brings the Catches for College season total to $22,000. The Catches Care Scholarship ensures financial hurdles will not prevent students from pursuing their dreams. And with that, we got a late night edition of Greg Bedard, the big boy late night here with Mark and Joe. Greg, good evening. Good night. How are you?
Let's get crazy, fellas.
We're nuts. We're going nuts right now. It's good to have you on. Well, I'll start with this. It's a little bit broad, but based on this game and what we saw tonight, Greg, Patriots, Jets, Thursday Night Football, short week, what was your biggest takeaway from the game from a Patriots perspective?
That they survived, emerged relatively healthy, and got the win. And that's all you should really care about. I don't want to hear anything about, style points or the offense, struggled in spots. Like, these games are just not good. They're not fun. This is about what you get. I didn't think that the Patriots would cover in this game. It was close, and it has nothing to do with them because I know how much of a mismatch this was, and Justin Fields can't play quarterback in the National Football League. But this is just what they asked these guys to do. 4 days, especially after the Patriots played at Tampa in like 89-degree weather and humidity, and then turn around and play 4 days later. It's just cruel and unusual punishment. So they accomplished what they needed to accomplish, and now they earned a little 3-day weekend.
A quick follow-up, Greg. I mean, Gillette Stadium was a problem for the Patriots for a long time. They were losing games left and right. Obviously, they're on a win streak now. Would you say, based on the environment tonight, I know you were there, is Gillette Stadium a home field advantage again at this point, or not yet?
I do think it's difficult to play. I think especially tonight, I thought the fans were in it from the start. They were, ready to bust out and Drake May MVP chants and all that stuff. And I think they're really energized by Drake May. It's sort of similar to when Tom was here, that they know they have a quarterback that's special, that can do special things, that they're never out of it. If they happen to be out of a game, which it seems like the Patriots are never going to do. I think they had the halftime lead again for the 8th straight game. It's been a key part of their winning streak, and I think it's a good environment. I think it's a tough environment to play on, but I think it's more about the quarterback than anything, and the belief that quarterback brings, and also that every time you come, you could see something special out of Drake May, and that's a good energy to have in a stadium.
Greg, I just want a two-part question here. Drake May maneuvered in the pocket fantastic today, but I also want to credit Stephon Diggs because he was finding a lot of the soft spots in the zone, right? So is it a little bit of both? Like, is it Diggs finding it and May finding, it was just so good from both. I wonder if that relationship and that connection is getting better week by week.
Yeah, I think it is. And I think, just going over some of the advanced stats on this game. So the Jets, they were in zone 78% of the time in this game. I that's pretty normal against Drake May, and Stephon Diggs, in his mind, there's nobody better really across the league at finding soft spots in the zone, understanding coverage. He's an extremely smart player, and then you combine all of that with Drake knows when to look for him, and also, especially in the first half, Josh McDaniels, along with Drake May, because Drake has a lot to do with this. Like, he's got a lot of controls at the line of scrimmage now. He's he can do a lot of things, and he's doing a lot of things with protection and also motioning people, because I think he's understanding coverages and how to manipulate coverages. So, and Josh McDaniels was really, between personnel and different formations. I mean, I tweeted that he was formationing the Jets to death in the first half, where, they have, especially without Sauce Gardner, and they have some injuries, they have a lot of inexperience back there. And you could see that those guys were having to communicate. It was putting a lot of stress on them, and it was advantage Patriots in those situations because of May, Diggs, and McDaniels.
We asked you last week, Greg, about TreVeyon Henderson, and obviously he had the big game, a couple of the big runs. Tonight, 24 touches, 93 total yards, 3 touchdowns. Did his performance tonight, following what he did last week, sort of change his trajectory in terms of where he stands in this offense? And could they look to maybe make him more of a starter, a bigger part of the offense as we move forward?
I don't think so, even though, there were a couple of things that I saw in this game. I thought his pass protection was better. There was certainly one rep that I saw that he did a really nice job on a play down the field. So, the more he does that, the more he's going to be able to play. So that's number one. Number two, I thought his second touchdown run was exactly what I've been hoping to see out of him, where he was patient with it. He set up his blockers, and then, he's going to be at his best, and you're going to know when he goes to another level, when he does that more, where he's being patient and allowing things to develop, and then suddenly he uses his explosiveness to go through the hole. And that's what he did on that second touchdown. So that was, really good. He did run hard, ran over some guys, and that's great. I don't think, and you could get away with playing him, I think, a little bit more in this game with the layoff coming up. But I think if you ask Mike Vrabel for an honest answer, he would probably tell you that he wants Ramondre Stevenson back as the starting back. And, maybe the more Henderson does as far as pass protection and running with patience, then he's going to have more of a split of that job. But no, I haven't seen anything yet that would make me say that he needs to be the lead back of this football team.
All right, Greg, just real quick, did you think that they were a little too conservative before the half and before that missed field goal?
Yeah, I did not like that whole sequence because, remember the Patriots, and I was looking at it earlier. I mean, it's you forget how many plays they ran, but it was almost like the drive to nowhere. I mean, they had the ball with 1:48 after the idiot Jets had a 12-man on the field penalty after a timeout. So they had 1st and 5 at the New England 46, and they finally got it. I mean, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plays from within 15 yards, and then they finally got down to the 28. I think that if I had a criticism, it would be I think Vrabel and John Stryker are a little bit too obsessed with this notion that they want to end the half with the ball in their hands. I can understand that against certain teams, and maybe against the Bucs and with Baker Mayfield, you're a little bit anxious, but it's Justin Fields on the other side, and to that point, and I'm sure the Drake May strip sack a couple weeks ago is in the back of their mind, but then you also have to realize the Jets have barely breathed on them in the first half. Just be a little bit more aggressive. Don't really worry about the other team so much, and just worry about putting your imprint on the game. And then plus with 9 seconds left and with a timeout in their pocket, to not be a little bit more aggressive, maybe take one shot at the end zone if they had a good play. I would have liked to have seen that. So, yeah, I didn't like that segment of the game.
No, it's a good point because that's what we were talking about earlier, Joe, about not being aggressive enough. They were probably trying to be too cute at the end of the half and end, like they did last week and score with no time left and make it perfect and all that. And they just they couldn't get into a rhythm, and then they ended up missing the field goal. All right, more from Greg Bedard when we get back here, including we talked about going wild here. It's late at night. What's a successful season for the Patriots right now from where Greg sits? We're going to ask him that question. That's coming up on the Shaw's and Star Market Patriots postgame show on the Safety Insurance 98.5 The Sports Hub, Patriots Radio Network.
to the left. They will squat under center. He takes the snap. He pitches it near side for Henderson. He darts inside a defender. Spins inside the 4. Driving the pile with an assist. Touchdown, Patriots. He got a push from a pair of teammates. He's in for 6.
You got to be happy about this rookie. Showing you the speed a week ago, and now he shows you the ability on his drive to make people miss that spin move. And then the power. Ran over Adams to get you down there, and then kept his feet. He should have been tackled at the 2. And then you got the relief from the lineman pushing him down. Nice run, kid.
All right, back here on the Shaw's and Star Market Patriots postgame show. Mark Dondero, Joe Murray, joined by Greg Bedard of the Boston Sports Journal. Nearly 30,000 people in Massachusetts don't have permanent housing. Heading Home is changing that. Get involved today at headinghomeinc.org. Travion Henderson finding home, pay dirt, whatever you want to call it today, 3 times, including that run right there. And honestly, on that run, nobody wants to hear this, but I thought he looked like LaDainian Tomlinson. But we don't have to have that conversation right now. I do want to ask you, Greg, about running, though. But Drake May, not Travion Henderson. Drake May running the ball the last few games has not been as prolific as he was earlier in the season. And frankly, I think he's looked, for whatever it's worth, a little awkward on some of his attempts to slide, and he got tackled kind of funny tonight. And I don't know if he's just in a slump or whatever. And I'm just wondering, are you concerned with what you've seen out of May running the ball, and is he going to have to be a little more productive running the ball as we start talking about, playoffs and maybe winning a playoff game and things of that sort?
I'm not. I did not like his. I don't know. We thought about sliding sideways thing, taking a hit. Did not really like that. I do think you're looking at a situation where teams understand that his legs are a very big part of what the Patriots do, and so they're sharpening their plans as far as dealing with that, especially like if he sees the middle open like he's going. So some of these teams are now sort of looping a guy underneath, or they're spying him. There's also a difference in I was just looking at so far this season, like the highest man coverage rate, which you're going to run a lot against man. You had the Dolphins in week 2 at 30%. The Steelers in week 3 was 36%. The Browns were at nearly 60% in week 8. And then in the last 3 weeks, it's been 25%, 28%, and then 22% today. So, and plus, I think you're also going to see some teams do what the Bucs did in the second half, is drop 8 in coverage. Maybe the Jets didn't have enough time to work on this week, but there are going to be adjustments made to Drake May. People drop more into coverage, not giving him the deep passes, making him take all the underneath stuff all day and drive 11, 12 plays to score. So there's going to need to be an adjustment, but you shouldn't be surprised that teams are taking away his running ability a little bit.
The Patriots give up another opening drive touchdown. It's now 8 of 11 games they've given up points in the opening drive, but yet they still win games, Greg. Like, I want to be critical of it, but at the same time, is it game plan? Does it motivate them to wake up right away? Like, I want to be critical about it. It's not great, but at the same time, like, they continue to overcome it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Vrabel sounds like he's getting increasingly annoyed. About it. He said something about like he has to remember that they played stretches of good defense also. So I think he's starting to get pissed. In a lot of these games, like I just haven't understood, what the approach is. Like you're going against Justin Fields, who throws for like 100 yards a game, but he's a really good runner, and that's one of the only weapons that they have on this team. You don't have a better plan. You're not like more conservative to be like, we're just going to make them run from the pocket. I mean, how many times were they going to give up edges in the running games on like, little RPOs that aren't even all that complicated? So definitely frustrating. I think, a little bit of, they're going to have an extra time off of this game. And then also they have the bye week in a couple weeks. So that's something that needs to be fixed. I think Vrabel's talked in the past that Ben McAdoo's a guy who's, scripting against the defense. I think maybe we need to find another scripter because they're not preparing this team to start games fast, and they're going to need to against better teams. It's just as simple as that.
Do you think their edge is somewhat of an issue, whether it's pass rush or just containment on the outside?
Yeah, I do. I think that Landry's been playing hurt for a while. He looked pretty slow today. Chaseon's doing, a heck of a lot out there. I give him a lot of credit. I was just looking at, according to Next Gen Stats, the pressures were in this game 6 for Barmore, 4 for Corey Durden, 3 for Chaseon, 2 for Landry, and that was about it. Then a bunch of guys with 1. That, and also, the Jets were really good on third down today. They were like 57% on third down, including, I was just looking at it, the Jets were 5 of 6 on third down between 4 and 6 yards. Their third down defense has started to get a little shaky here of late, and of course, pass rush has to do with that. The ability to get home with 4, and are they going to have enough at edge to last this season and be effective? I think it's a big question.
Yeah, the Jets are 8 of 14 on third down tonight, and the defensive line of the Patriots, they've been getting banged up. Williams left tonight. Barmore was out and then came back in last week. You said Landry might be hurt. Chaseon was out for a bit tonight. So, definitely something you'd want to continue to watch. But as we continue to watch this team, Greg, big picture, I got to throw one at you. What do you think from where you're sitting right now and what you've seen? What's a successful season right now based on how they're playing and where they are top the NFL record-wise right here in this moment?
I would say my expectations for this team right now is to win the AFC East, to have a home game, and then it's going to depend on matchups and health. And, if, say, Kansas City came in here and beat them, would I think that's not a successful season for them? Of course it is. I mean, if they win the division and get a home game, this first season of this program, I'm sorry, that's a successful season. I mean, it would be a letdown for a lot of people, but that's still pretty damn good.
Did you buy any of that Jet stuff about Vrabel potentially going there?
So I'm surprised this hasn't been reported. I know I've talked to people in New York. I guess I didn't think it was news, but yeah, that report is in fact correct, and I've been hearing that for a while. That the Jets absolutely loved Mike Vrabel when he came in, and he was very tempted. Now I'm not sure about the timing. Look, the Patriots fired Mayo like 30 minutes after the game last year, so he knew it was there. But and if the Patriots kind of dicked around with him, he could have been the Jets head coach. The Jets would have loved it. They would have given him anything. But I think that he was, as he should be, very wary of ownership and the whole setup right there, and felt a lot more comfortable with the craft and just hoped that that came to fruition.
All right, Patriots win 27-14. Greg Bedard of the Boston Sports Journal joining us, as he always does here on the Shaw's and Star Market Patriots postgame show. Greg, great stuff as always. We'll talk to you Tuesday with
Enjoy your Sunday off at some point.
So you can watch the 1 o'clocks.
Dondero. I got to pick up my wife at the airport, but I will be back for the 4 o'clock games, and I'm gonna study up just for you for next week.
All right, we appreciate that. Greg Bedard of the Boston Sports Journal. Thanks, Greg.
See you guys.
All right, coming up next, we'll go back to the phone calls, 617-779-0985 here on the Shaw's and Star Market Patriots postgame show. We're going to get a headlines with Joe Murray next, but first, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Safety Insurance 98.5, the Sports Hub Patriots Radio Network. Mark Dondero, Joe Murray, and you. Let's go back to the calls. Liam, leaving Foxborough. Hey, Liam.
Hello, I have a question for you. So, in the preseason, we had all the hype about Chisholm getting involved in the passing game. Would you say you're disappointed by the lack of production he's had on offense?
You disappointed by Efton Chisholm's lack of production, Joey?
No.
I mean, I just think they're really deep at receiver, and they've got a lot of guys capable of making plays. That's it.
I will say he's much slower than I thought.
Like he's a kick returner?
Yeah. Does it bother you that he's the kick returner?
Doesn't bother me.
No, it doesn't bother.
No.
But he looks slow to me, though.
As long as he doesn't fumble. Yeah, I mean.
But it can't be Henderson because of the running back stuff. So
No. I don't want Henderson doing
that.
I'm especially with how they play offense.
I'm fine with him back there. He just looks slow to me. That's all.
I just think they're so deep. It'd be nice to get another guy, a playmaker in there, but I just don't think there's not room for him based on what.
Well, Mark, if we look ahead, maybe he'll get those reps late in the year.
Yeah.
If they clinch,
and they have these garbage time games. Mike in the car. Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's up, guys? I know you keep saying the wide receiver spot is deep, and my question is not my question. My thoughts are that every time I feel like Drake May throws the ball to Kyle Williams, it's just unsuccessful. I feel like they need Booty back. I just don't think that Williams and May are on the same page right now, and I think Booty's a big factor moving forward, and they can't afford an injury at wide receiver.
Rookie wide receivers struggle in the Josh McDaniels offense. It's just how it is. It's been like that. But is he skilled? Like, you know what I would try to do with him? Wide receiver screens, maybe a little swing, because he's got the speed, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in the crossing route worked last week. But there's something about that boundary sideline comeback that's just not working.
I just don't know why you can't, and maybe they're trying, I don't know, but why can't you create a couple plays for him where he doesn't have to think? Just take the thinking out of it, let him run.
And they do that with Pop Douglas a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe they should try it with Kyle Williams.
I mean, Pop he makes timely plays. Does he have did he have the volume, or has he had the volume this year that I thought he was going to have? No. But some of the plays he's made, not just tonight, were timely. The fourth down catch, a third down catch, he'll make a couple big plays here and there. I just think they're deep, and I just think the one question that I think I know the answer: would you ever take Williams out and try Efton Chisholm, give him some of the? But they just don't play the same position.
No, one's a slot,
right? It doesn't work. Let's go to Matt in Denver. Hey, Matt.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? It's an honor. First time, long time. Listen, I got a few things I want to get off my chest here.
Yep.
Okay, 3 questions. First, the locals calling in right now. Ladies, the Pats are 9-2. You're talking about covering the spread. The only spread that matters is the distance between that fucking win-loss.
Oh, Tommy.
I knew that was going to
No, they covered the spread, just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
That guy was a jerk.
Yeah.
But they covered, just in case.
Aiden in North Carolina. Check that. North Attleboro. Hey, Aiden.
Oh, yeah. But it's not when we got to dump that guy, so we have to dance for a couple of seconds while the delay gets back up so just keep it clean the rest of the way, guys. I know it's late night and you had a lot of fun.
Look, Vrabel, I think, is still a storyline we haven't touched on enough, and I just feel like what he's doing here is akin to what he did in Tennessee, except with a better quarterback. And what he did in Tennessee was really good for the most part. I mean, was it all good every season? Was it perfect? No. He lost some guys. I know A.J. Brown. But they went to an AFC Championship game. They knocked off the Patriots, Tom Brady, Belichick, and the Ravens when they were having one of the best seasons they've had in franchise history. They were unstoppable that year, and whatever that was, 2019. He's done some things.
From what I gather, the Amazon Prime postgame show was very pro Mike Vrabel.
Okay.
There was a showering of
and by
love.
the way, how about in the press conference, Vrabel, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he said something about on offense, the only group that can stop us is us. I mean, that's a lot of swagger there, swaggy. So he's feeling himself, and I love it. But I just think that this is a big, obviously something that we need to continue to discuss based on what he's done for this team this year. Alex is in the car. Hey, Alex.
Hey, man, I don't know how I'm here. I'm driving. I don't know how everybody's praising Drake May as the MVP after this performance, playing against a flag football team from the Jets. Yeah, he's good, but today was trash.
Okay. I'm not going to call it
Well,
trash.
just look, maybe because trash. Some people's trash is other teams' treasure, right? So Justin Fields went 15 of 26 for 116 yards and threw a touchdown. Drake May went 25 of 34 for 281. So I would math would tell me that Drake May was better. Do I even have to watch the game? I could just look at the stats, right?
Sure, but open your eyes too. Just watch
Drake
how
May
he
was
operates.
trash. Yeah. Hey, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it was a great game by him, but he threw for 280 yards and he probably should have thrown for 400.
He has a knack of finding ways.
For real?
Yeah.
If he hits that Mac Hollins catch, he's 350. So he's trash. Come on, guys. Good luck driving. Please drive safely. I hope you really do.
Every week we have at least 3 or 4 plays that we could go back to and analyze just the physical plays in themselves. I mean, I don't even know if we did that with Brady. He obviously won games and was very efficient, but the physical marvel of certain plays, I don't remember doing that. He just won. Now we'll see what happens, but
guys, they've had 38 games. 38 games since Mike Vrabel took over. And they have 9 wins right now. By the way, they went
38.
So what I'm trying to say is they couldn't win 8 games in 38 games. You know what I'm saying? Like the last couple of years,
right.
they've won 8 games combined.
Yeah.
This guy's been here for 11. That's 9. Like this was
the whole program.
This was supposed to be a rebuild.
Yeah.
Now they have the best record in the NFL, potentially the MVP.
Yeah.
Like slow the roll, everybody. This thing was supposed to be a rebuild, and they're the best team and they have the most wins in all of football.
People don't know what to do. Brendan, let's add to it. Brendan in New Hampshire. Brendan. He gone. He said best corner in the whole league is Christian Gonzalez. So they have the best corner, too.
What did you think about his performance today?
He
had one nice play that I really liked.
I thought there was a tackle that was. I mean, look, I didn't really notice him much, and yeah, they were 8 for 14 on third down. That's not great, especially for the Jets. Like you don't like that number, but
they were not tested at all.
No,
and if anything, they only got beat because Woodson slipped.
Yeah, and the only other play, and Carlton Davis hasn't been great. He did get burned on the only ball I think Mitchell caught early in the game that led to that touchdown. That was a bad play by Davis, but I thought he was all right. I just didn't think the Jets aren't able to take advantage of, even if you had bad corner play or whatever, they can't do anything. Let's try Dean in Cranston. Hey, Dean.
No.
People they fell asleep, Joe. Dean fell asleep. Patriots are back, he said.
They are.
Yeah, something. I mean,
some people think they're still cheating.
Josh in Watertown. Josh.
What's up, boys?
What's up?
See, Joe, what is Alex saying? He's not watching the same game. The Pats are back. We're doing great. Everyone, Drake May had a terrible game. Are you kidding me?
Terrible.
He threw for 280. He didn't run a lot, but whatever. The only play that Gonzalez got beat on was that long one, and then he punched it out in the end zone. The Pats are fine. I'm so pumped. They look sexy in the jerseys.
You sound it, man.
What did you think of their jerseys? What do you think of those
jerseys?
jerseys?
The jerseys were sweet.
Yeah, no.
No, you didn't like them?
I did not like. They actually, they grew on me a little bit, but not enough red for me, Joe. I like a little more red.
Can I tell you, though, considering that the NFL did the rivalry series and the Nor'easter's coming, overall, I thought it was a pretty successful night for the organization. Rob Gronkowski was there and rang the bell. Drake May still looked good and stayed healthy. They've won 9 in a row. They were on national television, and the Jets became the Jets still. Like, it all came up Patriots tonight.
It's a good night for the organization. Let's take one more quick one before we have to go to break. Drew in Beverly. Hey, Drew.
How you doing? I really liked how Tonga stepped up, especially with the injuries we had. I think he's a really good asset for us. And just always remember, if she don't smell, don't be afraid to give her the Tonga.
Well, it's that time.
That time.
Have you ever worked this late?
No.
Into the late? Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know, maybe once. I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. Listen, this is the best team in football. The Patriots have 9 wins. They're the first team in the NFL to have 9 wins.
Have you worked this late?
Oh, yeah, baby. I've done. Ask Jeremy. I've worked. Oh, yeah. I've done everything. I've done the Red Sox finals. I've done the.
He's nodding.
Oh, yeah. When the Bruins lost in The Stanley Cup. Oh, that was great.
Joe Murray.
Let me tell you. Worked wins and losses for the Super Bowls. Oh, yeah, pretty much 115. That's when it starts to get a little dicey.
Okay, noted. Well, more of that here on the Shaws and Star Market Patriots post-game show when we get back on the Safety Insurance 98.5 The Sports Hub Patriots Radio Network.
L&F is a veteran-owned company offering premier services such as heat pumps, generators, car charger installs, panel upgrades, and more. Call 844-LF-WISE or visit lfelectralservice.com.
Imagine a life where clear, crisp vision is always at your fingertips. No glasses, no hassle. With advanced refractive surgery from the team at Boston Vision, you can correct your reading vision.
Pickleball community can benefit from Dr. Francke's expertise and commitment to keeping players healthy and active. If you want to heal your joints without surgery, do what we did and choose Boston Prolotherapy. Online at
Back here on the Shaws and Star Market Patriots post-game show. Mark Dondero, Joe Murray. Let's try a few more calls here, Joey. Andrew is in Southie. Hey, Andrew.
Hey,
Hey, what's going on, boys? I think the fans weren't quite as amped as I had hoped. Like in the Brady era, I think people were pumped all game. I didn't really hear that tonight. Positive, Drake May in game looked so athletic. Like some of those plays look like Mahomes out there when he flipped the ball. And then I just want to sign off the way I have over the last 5 years. Bill, start Malcolm Butler in the Super Bowl, you idiot!
Well, it's random, but okay.
Just on the fans, I heard from a lot of people that were there that the vibe, it was a vibe night.
Yeah.
But the other thing I'll just say about this, like, we're always going to compare to Brady in those days. Like, we're always going to do that. I would just say there was way more star power back then. And it was like, big games, and you had expectations, and Gillette was a place that people feared. It's not that.
No, but that's what they have to get it closer to that, where it's, hey, it's not going to be easy going there. And the only way to do that is by winning.
Yeah, and I'll say that the national media today is like, oh, boy, Patriots got a quarterback again. Now here they go again, 5 years off, and they got it. Like, the national media today is like, watch out, the Patriots are back. So that's a good thing.
And here, you know what? Let me ask you this, because I legitimately don't remember. Was Jaden Daniels in the MVP conversation last year?
Maybe around this time he was, but it wasn't. It was like top 5, maybe.
Yeah,
it's not leader of the pack for back-to-back weeks. You know.
I mean, I understand what he did in the playoffs last year was unbelievably impressive. But I'm wondering, Mark Sanchez won a couple road playoff games as a rookie. Now, that was a good team. They had a good defense, all of that. If you're I know you were kind of poo-pooing the awards. The MVP is a big effing deal. Like, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And it really shows that you've arrived. And if he can find a way to win that award, I mean, that sets him up big time.
It would be huge if he won the award.
Yeah.
I just think that getting through the season, winning the AFC East, and maybe getting the top seed is more important.
Oh, I'm with you 100% all of that. But that award, it's a big thing. Connor in the car. Hey, Connor.
Hey, morning, guys.
Morning.
Just real quick, something for you guys to ponder going forward. A side note is I wonder how Ramondre Stevenson is going to play a role going forward after how the rookie is doing. But one thing I want to talk about is, obviously Drake May is an MVP candidate. He's doing great. But, I'm wondering, and I know you guys hate to say it, but, the strength of schedule is weak, and they're beating teams they should be. And one thing that, again, you were talking about, comparing to Tom Brady, but, Patrick Mahomes does the same thing, and Tom Brady did the same thing. Is that it doesn't matter who they have on the team. These quarterbacks, they always uplift their players' level of play.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, when Drake May and the Patriots start to play harder teams like the Broncos, the Colts,
they're not on
the Rams, the Lions, or whoever it is, because these matchups will happen. The NFL will make them happen next year.
Yeah, dude. Hey, guess what? None of those teams are on the schedule right now.
Yeah, and the Broncos and Colts, to me, are not as difficult as the Bills or the Ravens. I'll fear the quarterbacks way more than the Broncos and the Colts.
This is the problem about the Brady era. We can't help but look ahead. They just won a game against the Jets. They're going to have literally 10 days off.
Yeah.
And they play the Bengals. The Bengals can throw the football. The Patriots defense hasn't been sharp, or in the red zone for that matter, defensively.
No. Right.
That is a team to worry about. I don't care about the Broncos. I don't care about the Colts. I don't care about those teams. I care about the Bengals, and then I care about beating the Giants on Monday Night Football. That's what I care about right now.
I won't make a guarantee. I'll bet you they don't even see the Colts this year. They're not even going to see the Colts this year. They're not even going to play the Colts.
But what I'm trying to say is, right now, it's about the Bengals. It's about getting healthy.
I know you're all about the Bengals.
Because I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't. No, but It's just that, what are they going to do against these other teams? What are they going to do against the Bengals? How are they going to stop the Bengals? Is it going to be Joe Flacco? Is it going to be Joe Burrow? Who's it going to be? Like, are they going to give up a touchdown again to start the game? Can they continue to win like that? Can Drake May stay healthy? This is a week-by-week team.
Yeah.
We're looking way too far ahead. Way too far. I can't do it right now.
It's easy to be intoxicated because they're 9-2. And the schedule thing, by the way, I have no time for the conversation. I just don't think it's a factor. They're going to play who's on their schedule. Every team in the league, you could poke holes about their schedule, whether they beat teams. I mean, no team has the hardest schedule and is undefeated. So why did some teams lose? The Broncos beat the Eagles in Philadelphia. It's an awful loss.
Yeah.
Like, you could talk about
the Patriots lost to the Raiders.
Right.
At home.
Yeah, they're awful. It's just you could talk about the schedule or the teams they didn't face or they haven't faced or they lost to. I mean, there's always a hole to poke. So it's not a relevant conversation to me.
I will just say, we'll do this on the other side, but the Bengals game.
Yeah, Bengals.
I'm worried.
Yeah.
I'm worried about that game.
All right.
I'm going to keep bringing it up.
We'll do it on the other side. You were worried about the Jets. Chris.
Hey, they're scrappy.
They're scrappy. Chris is on Boylston Street.
They do suck, though.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, fellas. Good morning.
Good morning.
Just a few things. So I didn't love the unis right off the bat, but they grew on me. I did also like the, Scott Zolek here with the unis, but the matte helmets actually brought it all together for me. But, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, look, obviously it's week to week. Let's give it 3 weeks, first or second week of December. Then we can start talking about seedings and who we're going to see, or we're not going to see anyone again. But to be honest, guys, this is wild to say. But you see what May does with his completion percentage and his in-the-moment reactions to making live plays. It's just like, what are we doing here, guys? The Jets got to think, all right, we got Vrabel and McDaniels and May. It's the second coming of Belichick, McDaniels, and, a baby Brady. Obviously, she hasn't even played a full season, calendar year or whatnot. But, guys, I mean, it's on the table.
And I'll tell you this, Joe. One of the reasons why I'm interested in the MVP? Because we have seen this trend that's emerged in the NFL now where these quarterbacks have these hot starts and then kind of fall back. I'm going to throw Jaden Daniels onto that list. Maybe he'll bounce back, next year. C.J. Stroud was on that list. There's another one I'm forgetting who was on that list. He started hot. I forget who off the top of my head. But we've seen it, okay? None of those guys won the MVP. Okay, none of those guys got over the hump and won it, other than, the Mahomes and the Lamar Jacksons who never dropped off. And if that's what it takes, that's why I'm interested. I'm not an awards guy, but that's why I'd be interested, because I think it would be less likely that May has that sophomore slump, or whatever you want to call it. It's not a sophomore slump. He's already in his sophomore year. But you know what I mean? That drop-off, because if he wins the MVP, that's a different level, and I don't want him to experience a drop-off like we've seen guys have. If you want to go back to even like Carson Wentz, guy like that, just wasn't the same. Even though he was an MVP candidate, just absolutely fell off.
I don't know, Mark. They're gonna go 15-2.
The Bengals.
They're gonna go 15. No, I'm telling you. Listen. Say what you want about the Jets, but they have today they lost a game by more than 10 points. Now 8 games.
Yeah.
They're 5-8. When they're basically a one possession game. Tonight they lost on a one possession game. They became the Jets again tonight. But they were in the game at halftime and in the third quarter and late in the fourth quarter.
Let's get one more quick one here.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Joey.
No, it's okay.
I just want to sneak this in. David in Nashua. Hey, David.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I wonder what you guys thought about Kyle Williams' game tonight. I thought that Drake, I think he had 3 targets, and Drake, did try to get him the ball, but I thought on one of the throws that he made, that looks like Williams might have went the wrong route or something like that. I'll hang up. That's what you guys have to say.
I don't understand why Williams is so far off.
I thought the only rookies that played well were Henderson and Ponder.
I thought Campbell played pretty well.
Campbell, yeah.
Campbell played. Again,
yeah, but you know what? He does it every game.
Steady. He's steady. Real quick, Chris has a question. Chris.
Oh, yeah. Joe, what do you think? Cyrus Tonga, anytime TD before?
Yeah, so Tonga now has prop
He's on the
bets.
board?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a fat guy touchdown.
They're going to give it to him. I think Vrabel.
You think they're going to give it to him?
I think Vrabel's going to give it to him.
I am so worried about. Remember this happened with Richard Seymour.
Yeah.
Remember he played fullback and then blew his knee out or hurt his knee.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah.
Well,
careful of that.
Tonga's not Seymour.
Yeah, but he's with Milton Williams' ankle injury.
No,
I'd worry about that.
All right.
Hey, they had Ben Brown in there today at tight end.
Did they? Did
he
play
played unbalanced tight end today.
All right. When we get back, we're going to talk a little bit about the Bengals and what's coming up next. Not too far down the road, but you know what's coming up. And maybe I'll look too far down the road. That's coming up next here on the Shaws and Star Market Patriots Postgame Show. But first, headlines with Joe Murray.
Sports.
It's a deep ball, left side. T. Higgins comes away with the football. Touchdown, Bengals. He just ripped it away from the defensive back in coverage, and the Bengals take the lead.
All right, back here on the Shaw's and Star Market Patriots postgame show. Mark Dondero, Joe Murray. Up next for the Patriots, the 9-2 Patriots' best record in the NFL will be a date at Cincinnati with the Bengals, 1 p.m. And I'll remind you, the Bengals, that was one of their, if not their signature win, but yeah, it was their signature win last year. On opening weekend, they took them to the Hill, Joe Burrow, road game. And now they're going to be playing a team with either Joe Burrow, maybe back, or Joe Flacco playing with those guys, those receivers. This is another test that Joe Murray is concerned about.
Yes, they can throw the ball, and they can throw the ball far, and they throw it a lot. And I just think it could be a problem for Carlton Davis or Woodson back there. They're a team that is desperate. With the Steelers losing and the Ravens where they're at,
yeah,
there's optimism for the Bengals, right?
Yep.
Beating the Patriots helps them big time. That's a huge win.
3-6, though.
No,
I wouldn't
listen,
say.
Their defense is putrid.
Yeah.
Like, Drake May should be able to have a great day. Now, this is where Trey Hendrickson comes in, right? Can he have a day against Will Campbell? Could he hurt that side of the line? All I'm saying is this. You can't just show up and win the game. It's not going to happen. So the numbers are not good for that defense. They're not good at all, Mark. But they can keep up with you. And to me, that's where I think the Patriots will meet somebody that can finally keep up with them offensively. I thought the Bucs could. Mm-hmm. In the end, they couldn't.
Probably too injured. I'd like to think that the Patriots, based on their balance, will be, even if it's a higher scoring game, even if it's a game where Burrow is able to play well, if he's in there, if he's back, I feel like eventually the Patriots defense would be able to make enough plays, a couple stops, that would allow Drake May to get the separation that he needs. Yeah. That's how I would look at the game.
And I just want to bring up, I think Hendrickson might have been, I don't know if he's done or gone. He was a little injured. Oh, he's on the injury report. Okay. So we'll see. He's right now on the injury report, but he could be ready for that game.
Yeah, we'll see this weekend, the Bengals play at the Steelers. It's not an easy game. That's a team leading their division. Steelers are 5-4. Haven't looked great of late, but that's a team leading the division. And if the Bengals lose that game on the road and go to 3-7, I see what you're saying. But in terms of being that desperate, the Bengals go to 3-7 and the Steelers go to 6-4. I don't know how much, how alive they're really going to be in terms of a playoff spot.
That's something to look at.
So we'll have to see what happens on
But them bringing Joe Burrow back, at least they have some feeling that they have a chance.
Yeah, and the only other thing I wanted to bring up, just from a Patriots perspective, I do think some of these, the way that Drake May has sort of established the culture here, especially as we go forward into this mini bye week. I mean, they're talking about, what were they talking about this week? You probably talked about it on your show, Joe. The meetings, the practicing outside, they were going to be able to. Vrabel was trying to get them to practice inside, and the team was like, no, we want to be in the cold, and they were going to get a meeting off or something like that, and the team said that they wanted to meet and they wanted to stick around. I mean, I feel like that's Drake May. I'm not in that locker room every day. I feel like that's May putting his stamp on the culture of this team, and it also goes to injuries. I also think some of this injury luck they've had is also in some ways a product of May refusing to get hurt, refusing to come out of the games, even when he might be a little dinged up. He doesn't come out, and I think that's a part of this whole thing. I think it's all part of the success the Patriots are having.
You're absolutely right, Mark.
And we're going to have this to talk about leading in 10 days as we go into the Bengals. The Patriots get the win again, 27-14, 8 in a row, 9-2 now, the best record in football. As of right now, we'll see what transpires this weekend.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I was yelled at earlier. I know. I was yelled at because you can't say that before Thanksgiving. But Zoe was talking about his Christmas tree going up and lights. Huh? So I said it.
I feel like we should say it after every win.
Talk about Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Every win, rest of the way. Merry Christmas.
Noted. That's good. You're going to have to remind me on that. We want to, well wishes to everyone, especially Our crew in Foxborough tonight, producer Mark Capello, engineer Dennis Knudsen, sideline text Tyler Knudsen and Mike Perry, and our guys here in Waltham, intern Luke Arnpriester, studio technician Kevin Majori, and executive producer Jeremy Connolly. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Patriots, has teamed with Shaw's and Star Market for sacking hunger. Today, the Patriots recorded 2 sacks, and that's another $2,000 donated by the Shaw's and Star Market Nourishing Neighbors Foundation to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Boston to help end hunger as the Patriots get the win 27-14, again 8 in a row as they beat the Jets tonight on Thursday Night Football. Next up, a week from Sunday, 1 p.m. against the Cincinnati Bengals. That game is on the road, and we'll be here afterwards to talk about it on the Shaw's and Star Market Patriots Postgame Show. For Joe Murray, I'm Mark Dondero. There's been the Shaw's and Star Market Patriots Postgame Show on the Safety Insurance 98.5, the Sports Hub Patriots Radio Network.
This has been the Shaw's and Star Market Patriots Postgame Show. Shaw's and Star Market makes shopping, ordering online, and saving easier than ever. Download the Shaw's Deals and Delivery app or the Star Market Deals and Delivery app today.
The snap to May.